Hello, everybody. I'm just coming through to drop a friendly reminder. Well, two friendly reminders. Tomorrow's the end of the 24th. I decided to send it to the 24th means I came on and talked about it so late. The 24th is the last day for the new or the little deal that I'm doing just for this 5 day of gifting thing. Check out the blog site, use the information on it. And of course, like I said, it'll be gone tomorrow by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, of course, I want to stop by here, y'all, because of course we've been talking about energy and connections, and a lot of people do not understand or believe that how energy influences everything and how your aura, okay, is responsible for your manifestation and or blockage of manifestation. Now, of course, the video is titled Check Your Connection. Now, we mentioned this before, and I'll go into it again, right? Your body is, is sending signals, right? Infrared, you could say, like a natural Bluetooth, right? Because technology mimics natural science. Technology mimics science, right? And the nature, the natural occurrence of things. And so either way, you're always connecting to or always being connected upon, right? Your ideas, your words, your actions, will either influence and or affect people regardless, right? It's going to influence or it's going to affect, regardless of if it's good or bad. But your aura, okay, because people have their beliefs about what auras are, and of course we're going to get into it. An aura is the magnetic field that surrounds us, and they are heavily influenced by our thoughts, our words, and our actions. Now, this is a downfall, y'all, and this is why I'm saying check your connection for. When you are elevating or you are aware of connections or you're checking your connections or you're into frequencies and uplifting, you will attract or repel, right? And it'll be two different things, right? It'll be if you come across too passive, too empathetic, too sensitive, you will attract aggressive, dominant, even narcissistic individuals. And on the flip side to that, you will also attract all of this that you're wanting, right? Understanding this process and understanding why, when, and how will greatly elevate you and or stop your progression. Yeah, I've been, we talked about this slightly before, but I've been watching and paying attention. I do what people I deal with. They don't think I'm talking or they don't think I'm listening or I'm, checking on their energy all the time. But I'm always observing and reading people's vibrations and connections with me to determine how I'm going to move with it, move with them. And so either way, I've watched someone and they might come across this and say, bitch, what? Listen, I pay attention, y'all, and I haven't said this to someone, recently. I said, it's so amazing to me how I don't meet people. I've never personally dealt with people, but I've met people through other people. I don't know people, I have not met people, but I know them. And how I know them is the people that have interacted with them, whether they believe it or not, and this goes in for you as well. Everyone that you've encountered, everyone that you've had a personal connection to, you carry their energy, we're going to call it spiritual DNA, on you. So this may come across as if you're copying them, or it may come across as if you're always talking about them, or it may come across as when you deal with them, something within your demeanor changes, and now you're like frantic, you're afraid, you're stressed, and you're never like that. So like I said, something within your connection, something within your aura will always bring in and represent those that you deal with, those who are in your inner connection, especially if you hang around with them quite often. And so I've paid attention to how certain people act and even, how their progress, their business, their money, their emotions, just how everything flow, right? I pay attention to that. And I literally said with y'all a couple of months ago, that if somebody likes to hang out with you on a specific date and around the full moon and the new moon, and they know about the moon cycles and stuff, baby, they're doing work on you. And they're not doing work on you in the sense of, and it could be, I want this person to myself. I want to control this person. This person don't know it, but they my hoe. It could be anything. But they're doing energetic work on you. And they're either doing magnetism or they're doing repellency. And so either way, I've watched and I've noticed, y'all, that when a person deals with a particular person who I've never met and I don't plan on meeting, something within my energy is like, no, that's not going to be that's going to be a major energetic clash. That this person is affected by it somehow, some way. Either they seem more stressed, more tense, and or they're like having blockages, like they feel like their finances is not going well or something is being thrown off. And I was thinking about it this morning that this person in particular was speaking about how this is going, that is going, and then I'm thinking to myself like, but this kind of always happen. Like there's a cycle, right? You have your good days and your bad days with everything. Money, health, whatever. Every day you're not going to feel totally great, right? There's cycles to everything. And I told y'all, what that was privately, and of course I will discuss that again on a future class, right? But there's a cycle to things, right? And it's going to go up and down. I think when you deal with people that are on a certain wavelength, a certain brokenness, a certain, circuit blown or severed, I think that you get caught up in that illusion. You get caught up in that confusion to where you forget about that. So you can do the same thing every day for 5 years, right? Can we talk about it? For 5 years, you can do the same thing every day for 5 years. And just one day out of the blue, you start acting like, oh my God, I don't remember this, or this never happened, or what's really going on. It's very telling what is going on. It's very telling that something within your connections with someone or something or multiple people, they're fucking you up energetically. And even going into this, y'all, a sign of or being forgetful. Like unless your doctor say you have dementia, or you have schizophrenia, or you have some type of mental diagnosis like that, it's very telling when you start becoming forgetful or your brain become blank when you're trying to think of things, you're trying to do things, what is going on and how it's going on. I was telling you a lot of, issue, a lot of conflict, a lot of struggles are not the outside looking in, it's the inside looking out. A lot of trauma, a lot of drama, a lot of things you go through is not an enemy. It's not and I was said we're going into like home invasions and stuff. You're more likely to be harmed by, and also have your home, broken into and stuff by someone than a complete stranger. Because a complete stranger does not know your cycle. A complete stranger does not know your schedule. They do not know what you do. They do not know what you have in your home. They do not know what you're capable of doing. And when it comes to perpetrators, they have to study and know your schedule. Same thing with any type of serial killer, serial whatever. They have to study their victims before they approach. It's like a predator. Predators just don't go start attacking. They figure out the ways and they figure out how their prey, does things. And so very similar to, like I said, people studying you, people figuring out what you do and say, okay, well, I know she might be doing energetic work on manifesting money on the full moon, the new moon, because she know about the moon. Like, I don't know about the moon. Let me make sure I distract her by meeting up with her. Baby, you could do whatever you got going on within your home, but your connection, because you made a connection with the candle, you made a connection with the work that you're doing. You make a connection with the moon. You're making a connection with planetary energies. That's what you did when you came in here. Those things are still being affected when you're meeting up with people who are not on that same wavelength. And that's the bottom line. Yes, people could be sweet. Yes, people could be kind. Yes, people could be nice. But see, we can't befriend everybody, right? It's 8 billion people in this world. You cannot befriend all 8 billion people, right? It's okay to say hi and bye. It's okay to say, hey, how you doing? Okay, goodbye. That whole being consistent, that whole it has to be an everyday thing, that whole I have to make a connection when you guys really got nothing in common. I mean, that's the real question. Going into checking your connections. What do you guys have in common? For this person or these people that always want to hang out with you, what do you have in common? What do you guys got going on? If you're a business owner or they're a business owner, If you make money, are they making money? If you're an independent woman, even when you are in a relationship, are they an independent woman in within a relationship? Do you know what you want and they don't know what they want? Or do you know what you want and they also know what they want? Like, this is where the questions go into, especially when it comes to manifesting, because your network is your net worth for a reason. Your network are the ones that are going to either support you and help you to become elevated, or they're going to pull from you and cause you to fall. Okay, they're going to cause failure. And it's why a lot of great successful people, they deal with only themselves while they're trying to make things happen. And once they get to the other side, they start connecting back with old friends, old people, because they don't want no blockages. They don't want nobody weighing them down. Okay, and very similar to something that I kind of came across, recently, about B Simone and her friend and stuff, honey, about her friend, was broken, struggling, and B Simone was this millionaire giving all these people this money, and Miss Thing got up on this podcast, was trying to embarrass B Simone. Like, I had to understand God was taking me, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, well, first off, we're friends. You know how I got where I'm at, and the same way I got where I'm at is the same way the shoe could be where you're at. But see, what ended up happening is what caused you to fail is that you allow other people in your circle to distract you and to keep you from going forward. Or you just want to focusing your whole energy and attention on you manifesting. So now, baby, whether I'm a millionaire or billionaire, if my friends are not working just as hard as I am to become a billionaire to keep up with me, bitch, I ain't got shit for you. And I said that before. I can share with you ideas, but baby, the money that I've been working hard for, staying up for, working, struggling, like, girl, no sleep, no nutrients. Can we talk about it? Bitch, I ain't got it for you. And that doesn't mean I don't love you. That doesn't mean we're not friends. It just means that, baby, if we're really connected, we're really familiar spirits, you're going to say, I want to get like you. What are your secrets of getting blah, 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 blah. And I even found out that friend, I think it's Shekinah, was like more successful than B Simone at one point. So I'm really like, girl, is that a hateful spirit? Is that a jealousy spirit? Because that's also how the spirits work too. When you're jealous or hateful of your friend, you become stagnant in your ability to manifest, because you're not manifesting based on what you like to manifest on. And I've always said this. I know people that had houses, cars, they were very successful. The business flopped, they lost the house, they lost the cars. And of course they're like, oh, it's the banks, oh, it's the realtors, oh, it's this, it's that. No, it's not. It's you and your energy. You did not want this house because you wanted to be successful and happy and content. You wanted this house, you wanted this cars, you wanted all these things so that you can keep up with the Joneses and be able to brag about, oh, I got this house, I got this car. And that's not how that works, babe. You're manifesting for you. Your house is about you and you. It's about you and yours. Your cars is for you. It's not for the world. And I just want to make people jealous. I want people to, no, girl. And so that's how I feel. And so I've seen people manifest, I've seen people lose. And I'm like, yeah, because the jealous spirit is in you. The envious spirit is in you. You may not be jealous per se to be like, I really, really want what they want, but you are jealous of what they want. And so you're trying to outdo them so they can become jealous of you. And that's not going to happen. So if you are that person, I'm here to tell you a rude awakening that, baby, you're trying to manifest something to make other people jealous. Baby, there's going to come a time where they're going to outdo what you're doing. And trust when I tell you this, baby, it's not gonna be pretty. You're gonna be looking stupid, like, I wish I would have. Yeah, the jealous spirit. And that'd be another thing too. People over here talk about the B Simone and the Shekinah and stuff that, well, maybe, that means B Simone is not really a friend. No, maybe Shekinah is not B Simone's real friend. Hello? Maybe Shekinah is not B Simone's real friend. Because like I said, a lot of friends get jealous. And with me, girl, if I see one jealous trait, girl, I have a 3-strike rule. If I see one jealous trait or there's an experience or action where you come across a little jealous, on that 3rd strike, baby, I'm into that. And I'm not going to tell you why. It's just going to be bye-bye. God bless you. Because not everything has to be explained. You knew what you were doing. You know that energy that was in you. And that's what happened. So like I said, check your connection. Are the people you hanging with and doing things with, are they on your same frequency? Because then it starts to look like you're desperate. It starts to look like you're needy. And if you are that type of person, maybe this is why you're not manifesting all other things, because you're desperate and you're needy and you need to be seen and you need to be validated. It's okay to be you. It's okay to work towards your goal and it takes us time to get there. It's okay to study how you're going to get to where you need to get to. You don't have to, get up and run first. You crawl, you walk, and then you run. So, like I said, check your connections, y'all. The people you're dealing with, are they on the same connection as you? You're thinking about money, you're motivated to make money. Are they also thinking about money? Are they also motivated to make money? You're sitting there thinking about wellness and the things you can do to keep your mind, your body, and spirit healthy and whole. Are they also doing the same thing? If they're not, like I said, it's okay to say hi. You know, there's a ministry at the end. But baby, to be around in your aura, and just so you know, who and what you hang with does affect your aura, right? We have a magnetic field around us, which is also known as the aura. And like I said, this either attracts or this repels. A lot of people, y'all, I've seen, and I'm like, something about these people just don't sit right with me. And some people are like, well, they're a nice person. Or I see somebody and I'm like, ooh, that's the ugliest motherfucker. And some people are like, well, they're not, I've seen worse than that. In my mind, I'm like, well, I don't give people the benefit of the doubt. On top of that, I feel like my energy, I'm seeing this person and maybe they're not, maybe I'm not seeing their external beauty. Maybe it's something within their aura and energy is very dark, very heavy, very draining. And I just don't vibe with that. It's not uplifting. It's not rising. Like that's for me. And so I'm like, baby, our aura deals with attraction. It deals with repulsing. It deals with, it helps us make deep connections with people. It helps us to, people with your aura tell a lot about you. That's the that's the identity of who you are before people get to know who you are. When you walk in or people see you, the first thing they're met with is your aura. They're met with your personality and all sort of stuff once you open your mouth, once they start seeing your movement. But when you're coming into a space, people are watching you and they're sensing that aura. They're sensing like, oh, what's going on with this person? And so, like I said, watch how the people around you are acting, what they're doing, what their goals are. We're having communication issues. Are you on the same frequency as mine? I'm talking about getting money. You talk about you got money problems. I'm talking about getting into a healthy relationship. You talk about that you're okay with being in your broken relationship. Like this is where it's at. You're healthy, you're happy, you're successful, you're motivated, and then they're not healthy, they're not happy, they're not successful, they're not motivated. That should be the red flag right there. And I was telling y'all, the devil's here to kill, steal, conquer, and destroy. Oh, and that energy is very intelligent. That energy knows how to mock. That energy knows how to mock. So when the devil wants to come in and do those things, that energy know how to mask itself and to think that it's a friend, it's the doctor, it's the lawyer, it's the teacher, it's the mother, it's the father, it's the neighbor, it's the mechanic. That thing will mask its energy to have you thinking, I'm your friend. You could trust me. Oh, yes, we like each other. Let's hang out. Let's go skating. Let's go swimming. Let's go bowling. And then when you start thinking about it, well, damn, friendships is about elevating. What have I conquered? What have I established since I've been making this connection with this individual? When you start to realize that, like I said, there's failures there and there's been a lot of disconnect, that's your red flag. That, yeah, this may not be the one. Yeah, they're a nice, sweet person, but this may not, no. This may not be, yeah, this may not be. And that's something too. I feel like people who are still traumatized and people still have some type of victim mentality within them, they feel like they can save people. Like I see this person hurting and I want to be their friend because I can save them. I want to heal them. I want to get their life better. That's no, baby. 19, 20, possibly. 21, maybe. 25, maybe. 27, okay, baby, you're pushing it. When the person is older than you or the person is the same age as you or they're a little younger than you and you guys are past 30, there's no saving. If they don't want to do better, they're not going to do better. If they don't want to be happy, they don't want to be healthy, they don't want to be successful, they don't want to be prosperous, they don't want to be abundantly endowed. Can we talk about it? They're not going to be. You cannot say, well, maybe God put me in their life to help teach them. The fuck? If that's not narcissistic or if that's not victim energy, like somebody victimized you and you feel responsible for them treating you that way and being, aggressive towards you or to attack you, girl, I don't know what to say. I don't know what that is. But I'm telling you what I know from experience. I'm telling you what I've studied. I'm telling you what I've observed. I'm telling you, like I said, what I've experienced. that baby, that's how that goes. You need people, you need to find your tribe. You need people that are on your frequency that may not know how to get there, but they ask you how to get there. If they're not asking you how to get there, but just so happen they're always conveniently trying to get in the mix, bitch, that's the red flag. If you gotta talk about, I'm trying to manifest a house, a car, a man, a friend, a new life, and they're like, well, I mean, good luck with that. I'm okay with my boring ass, whack ass, miserable ass life. Girl, that's the red flag. Bye. Bye. Honey, if they're like, yeah, I know I could do better, but I really want to do better, or they're like, hey, I want to make my life better, blah, 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 and then all of a sudden they're like, fuck it. I don't care if I make my life better, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's the flag. Bye, babe. And it's okay to release them until they come around. But like I said, at a certain age, baby, people ain't come back around. Girl, ain't no change in your life, girl. You stuck in the same cycle, since you were fucking 20 years old and now you're 55 years old and all of a sudden in 1 year you change your life. Girl, that's going to be years of working, practice, investing in, a psychologist or therapist. That's years of having personal, great conversations with yourself. That's years of reevaluating your life, getting rid of person things that no longer serve you. And then you come into yourself. But in 2 months, 3 months, that's not going to happen. Like I said, that takes a couple of years, babe. Okay, that takes a couple of years. So it's like, yeah, baby, I wish you the best. Find other people like you. And that's what I be thinking too. Clearly, if this individual have other friends they can hang out with, but mysteriously they always want to hang out with you, but yet they don't like you or they don't have a romantic interest in you, what would be the other reason why they want to hang out with you? Y'all don't really have nothing in common outside of being two transgenders or being two gay men or being two lesbians. Like there's nothing in common really. So what will make this person want to keep you around for if they're not set up on some type of assignment by the enemy to keep you from progressing into being who and what you need to be? Like, make it make sense. Hello? Make it make sense. And so anyway, that's really it, y'all. I just came by to stop, give y'all that tea, y'all. I'm going to start my day, honey. I'm about to make up my little breakfast burrito, wrap them up, warm them up, grill them up, put my hot sauce on it, put my cayenne pepper on it, enjoy that, and get my day started. Okay, y'all? Anyway, y'all, bye for now, y'all. twospiritmystic.blogspot.com, 2aspiritmystic@gmail.com. And I always say this, y'all. I don't never put names out there. I never say personal tea about who, what, when, why, how. But if you are listening and you feel like this is about you, you can always give me a call and ask me, and I will always say if it is about you or not. I bet you think this song is about you. Y'all know I stand behind what the fuck I say, because ain't no. And listen, and I say this very lovely, very rightly. Who gonna check me, boo? Who gonna check me, boo? As an adult, as a mature adult, I could definitely accept open, direct communication as an adult. I'm not offended. I don't, hey, you observed something, good for you. God bless you. That's it. It is what it is. But baby, we're not about to fight over facts and opinions. If you don't see it, I'm gonna help you see it. Can we talk about it? That's what I'm here for. Okay? That's what friends are for. Through good times and bad times. Oh, yeah. Okay, anyway, y'all. Bye, y'all. Love and light. See you later. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Oh, yeah, and I'll be back tomorrow with a little TTT. It might be tonight. Let's see what I'm feeling like. Hello. Let's see what I feel like. I slept good last night. I'm hydrated. See, I had some coconut water last night with a little bit of peach puree, mango puree. Yeah, come on in here. Hello. A little bit of dark tart cherry, pomegranate juice, blueberry juice, blackberry juice, strawberry juice. Girls, rhubarb. Yeah, honey, we had all that tea. So that's why bitch is feeling good. Oh, and I took my CoQ10. Hello. And my activated charcoal. How you doing? Okay. And I'm about to pop my multivitamin liquid. Shout out to Mary Ruth. But baby, this is what you're like when you wake up fully charged, hydrated, rested, restored, renewed. Honey, come on in here. I was like, baby, I'm always down to take a drug test too. Hello? Baby, ain't nothing in this system, girl. Hello? Can we talk about it? Girls, you've said all the time, this bitch is on stuff. No, baby, it's called good energy, good vibes, and the Holy Spirit. Ow! It's called good energy, good vibes, and the Holy Spirit. Let's talk about it. The Holy Spirit. Okay? Anyway, bye, y'all. Bye-bye.